Welcome back to part 2 of my guilting video. My last one got cut off a little early. I had a phone call to take, so I just go ahead and figured I might as well stop it there, and I realized, yep, that video was kind of long, so we are going to go to part 2. So if you are back for part 2, thank you for joining me. We are continuing our Union Cross metal trait rolling and guilt rerolls on some metals here. Last we left off, we had Genie. We were on our magic metals, so our journey isn't too much more, but I've got some really important stuff to show for this video that we are going to really hope that we get some good rolls on. So we're going to finish up here on the Genie. 47 HP. I'll keep that. We have, alright, Hades, saving him for a bit too. He's still pretty awesome metal. I don't have any traits on him. I would love attack plus 1,000 on him and max guilting him. I've got skills on him I'm going to overwrite. Let's go, Hades. Oh, 98. Let's do it, Hades. Yes. Now give me 1,000 strength. Okay, well, that's alright. We've got one more skill trait to go on. Let's see. I'll probably mirror him. He's close enough. 98. Sleep resistance. I'm gonna keep, I guess I'll keep paralyzed resistance, why not? And that's good enough for me. Don't think I'll hit 100 anytime soon. I'm just gonna go ahead. It's only 2. It's only 2. For that Nova level to go up, that will help me out a little bit more. And Jasmine. Well, what do you have? She's got nothing on her right now. I think she does lowers target strength, so we would want definitely a extra attack on her to lower the target strength even more. 87? I don't remember what she had, but I think it was in the 80 range. If it went up at all. Ground enemy. Okay. And we are close. Close to something scary happening. Sleep resistance. You strength by 3 tiers for 2 attacks. He would actually be pretty good to have extra attack on. You could throw him late on your Keyblade. Well, no, because if you're using your second attack, it's only really gonna do... You would have to use this right directly before the metal that you would want to do massive damage on, because he buffs his attack, basically, and then the one directly after it, so I don't even know if extra attack would be worth him. We need to try, but 96, he went up 1, I believe. I'll take that. Damage and raids. Sure. Okay. Anything but those status effects. 96. HP, I'll just take that because that could help possibly in some cases, maybe. Probably not. Alright, ooh, yes, Donald. Alright, Halloween Donald A. I actually went ahead and got this off the avatar boards. I know this metal isn't that great now anymore, but I do like Donald, and I really, really wanted it. I have already 1,000 strength on him. He got guilted at 91% on his first roll, so I'm just going to try to save on some mirrors here. This is a pretty decent AoE medal. 94, alright. That's awesome. It went up a little bit. Damage and raids, no. This is another one that, yeah, it's not coming back anytime ever again, so let's use this opportunity to throw those last couple mirrors on him. I can't imagine he'll come back, because, yeah, it's his avatar board and that's it. Once you buy it, that's it. So that will definitely help there. Actually, yeah, his stats are pretty good. He's a good medal. Okay, moving along, nothing to see here before Anti-Sora because, well, you'll see. I'm still scared. Anti-Sora. Let's get him up. Again, the gauges, he removes strength. Ooh. I mean, I guess everyone could hit a little harder. That's always nice. He does, what does he do again? Powerful hits. Okay, so he does have pretty decent multiplier. Moves target status effects. So, it could be decent to have strength on. He actually would probably be good with double cast, extra attack, since you could remove 2 different targets' effects, since he is single target. Don't budge. HP. He would have to be early on in the Keyblade, because if you used him later when he's buffed, you'll remove your target's buffs, or debuffs, so I probably won't be using him for damage, I guess, so doesn't matter anyways, I'm never gonna use him. Alright. Down to the nitty-gritty here. Yep, we are down to the end, the scary end. So now I am going to work on here my Maleficent Bees. I'll show you what I've got. I've got 2 really good options I like. This one, I haven't put really anything on yet. I rolled a 92, which was my best roll for this medal, because the other one I had, it was stuck for like the longest time, and I kept re-rolling it on something. It might have been the 82, and it never went above. I didn't want to save all those extra medals. She's got damage and raids right now because I re-rolled her, so I might want to keep her as something to put Lux on later at 92%, or I might want to roll it for something else because I'll show you this one. Oh, I got it up to 90. I think it was at like 82 before. This one is the one I'm using currently, 83 max. At 90%, I've got extra attack, which has actually, despite the fact that it is a 5-cost medal, using that in your Keyblade with Tyree, who restores your gauges, this medal hits so hard. I'm debating re-rolling it for strength and just ditching the extra attack, because the extra attack might not be as effective as having that extra strength, and I'll use less gauges. Or I could attempt to roll this with strength, keep the extra attack on the other one, and if I get strength on here, I'll just make another attacking medal, which I think I will. That extra attack Because if I... Yeah, if I don't get anything else, I'm gonna... Well, I could keep the one for rating, but will I? I don't know. 83 max. I got strength on her. AB4 max would be like really awesome. Or just even AB4 could be good. Oh, what to do. Maybe I'll do one on each and see what happens since I have two. We'll do this one first. If I did get strength, I must say I will get rid of extra attack. Oh, here goes nothing. Let's see, 91 stays the same. Wait, 91. No, went up one. Okay, it went up one. Perfect. That's awesome. Strength. Oh, gauges, no. Oh, that reminds me. That's what I had on my other copy. Skip. Max gauges will be lost. Yes. My extra one, I did have extra gauges on, which I figured could be okay since it's a high cost metal, but... Oh, I said I'd do this, so let's make sure. Okay, that's the extra. Last copy. We'll see if I get strength on here. If not, then I won't feel as bad using it on this copy. 94. I don't remember. Well, that's destiny right there. Damage and raids. This is going to be a raiding medal here now. So I guess next time I get a Lux skill, I'll put it on here, and I can use that pretty effectively in raiding. So that's the last of my Maleficents that I saved. Since... Yeah, I don't know when we're going to get her again, and I've been saving this too for a long time. Let's max her out, because I use her on Moogle of Glory as my heavy damage dealer. Turn that off. Alright, let's use up. Couldn't get her there. This is the one I want to hit the hardest anyway. Whoops. Oh, no wonder. Duh. That's enough. Finally max her out. She's going to have her full potential with AB3 max. And that's it, except for one last thing. And this gets really scary for me right here. Something I've been saving for quite a while. Jack and Sally. So a little backstory on this. I actually had the foresight, well, not really the foresight because no one knew about traits at the time, but during this high score challenge that happened that gave this medal out, I had enough to get 3 copies of it. I, at that point, kind of started to realize from hearing things on Reddit and whatever that people were saying like to keep medals separate. So I actually made a really good choice at keeping my Jack and Sally separate. I used one actually to trait one of them recently. It had Sleep Plus on it, which I used that for a while to help me out. And now that I've got my I've got Miss Tyree here with Triple Threat, I felt that I didn't need the Jack and Sally with Sleep Plus anymore, so I decided I was just going to use it to attempt a trait roll. I also have this extra one I've kept here as a defensive one, and I'm really scared to use this last one because, well, these medals will probably never come back, I would imagine. And using the 2 Jack and Sallys on a Keyblade carried me for a very long time. Very long time. Everyone knows they raise strength of all attributes by a tier and lowers defense of the enemies by a tier for 2 turns for both of those, and stacking 2 of those onto a Keyblade really helped a lot. And I know a lot of people, especially in my group too, were really sad that they fused all theirs together. Actually, oh yeah, another little tidbit about this medal that makes it near and dear to my heart also is the fact that Nightmare Before Christmas is my favorite movie of all time. And also, another little tidbit, the high score challenge. That was my most disappointing high score challenge because I was so close to getting the 5 copies. I think it was, you had to be top 1,000. I think it was top 1,000 for 5 of them. I got bumped out within the last hour, and I landed at 1,012. 1,012. I was 12 spots away out of the top 1,000. It was really, really disappointing because I was trying and trying and trying so hard that last hour just to raise up my score just a little bit. And I also feel bad about it too later because now that knowing about the L method, which was made by, well, not made, but I guess, yes, it was made popular by YouTuber Lightkeeper L, which a lot of people know this method and they use it. If I had known about that in the past, I probably could have squeaked out and made it into the top and got more copies of Jack and Sally, but I was happy with 3. That was just really disappointing. So now I have one with ground enemy defense, which actually is pretty good. I rolled this trait before we got the update on traits, which it was minus 20% before. They upgraded the debuff on it, or the minus % down, and this was before. This was after JP got theirs changed, so after I rolled this trait, I was a little sad, but not really, because I had a feeling that the NA version was gonna change it as well, and they did, so that's actually not too bad on there. I'm at the point now where I know I probably don't need 2 of these anymore. Yeah, I don't really use 2 of them anymore. There's other medals here now. Key Art's pretty close to that. Strength of all attributes. It doesn't lower theirs, but it's kind of the same. Almost. It costs a little less. And guess I'm willing to risk the gamble to get extra attack on here, because if I do, I'll have still 2 and 1 Keyblade, basically. So, I said I was going to do this. I know I'm going to be very disappointed, but that's the game. That's the name of the game here. And I am not going to keep defense 2 on there. I'm also not sad about doing this because I know that I'm saving my Mickey and Brooms, and I'm going to gilt this thing. I need 1 more to gilt it, because this medal is amazing. So, without further ado, this is the main event of the day. It's gone. Sent off into the virtual space. Oh, this is making me sick. Oh my god. Oh, I knew, yep. Oh, that's so painful. That's bad. Paralysis resist. I mean, I guess if I had to try to look on the bright side, it could help on some events and stuff where there's enemies that are going to paralyze you. But even 20% resistance, like, come on, they could raise that up to 60% resistance. Like, 20% is really nothing. So there it is. Sad day. Didn't get double cast, and I never get double cast on any of the important buffing medals, so that's the end of my 2 Jack and Sally's. Well, hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more content. Let me know what you thought. Did I make any bad choices here? Should I have done something differently? Did I make the right choice in what I did? I mean, what else would you like to see out of this? What could, be made better? And hopefully I will see everyone again in another video. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.